welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm Clara. If you're not new here, thanks so much for coming back. We are starting today's vlog at one of my favorite places that I have not been to in quite some time, and that is, place your guesses, Home Goods. You might have also said a thrift store, which is also factual, and I might end up there later today because the goal of today and tomorrow is to do a little mini guest room makeover. If you're new here, I live in Charleston, and summer is like the prime visitor month. I'm long distance with a lot of my friends throughout life and college and whatever, so arguably in the summer months, I live in the coolest place to visit, which means that I'm hosting a lot of people, a lot of guests. I'm also doing a lot of my traveling during the summer, which means that I have house sitters that will come and stay and sleep in the guest room. So I want to give it a little bit of a refresh. The guest room was one of the first places in my house that I just kind of threw furniture into. If I remember correctly, when I moved in, it was right before either Thanksgiving or Christmas or some trip. I had a pet sitter staying in my house when there were still boxes everywhere. So I unpacked the guest room first, kind of just pieced together a vibe. Like, it's cute in there, don't get me wrong, but I've always looked at it and just thought to myself, I could do better. It's very white, it's very bland. Would love to paint the walls. That's not gonna happen in today's video. I know better than to bite off that much. But maybe some new throw pillows, some new table lamps, maybe a new rug, hence the Home Goods pit stop. I feel like it's one of the only stores that you can kind of find all of that in person without having to order stuff. I would love art, but that might be too greedy. But I got a new mattress, so I'm just trying to do like a little bit of a refresh because my friend Mary was actually one of the first people that ever visited me and stayed in this new house. She lives in Scotland. She's soon to live in London, but she lives in Scotland right now, and she will be gracing the United States soil with her presence next weekend. She's gonna come down to Charleston for one day, which is so exciting because I actually can't think of the last time I saw her. Maybe it was New Year's, so it's been a solid 4 months. She got a very bare bones Hotel Clara experience when she came the last time because I was just getting settled into this house, and I'm looking at the guest room and I'm like, you really haven't improved it much at all. So new mattress, some new decor. I'm very excited to have what I'm considering to be my first official guest of the summer. Fingers crossed. Usually when I go into a place like this with a hefty list of things I hope to find, I will find absolutely none of that. I seem to have come here on a carpet restock day, and these could be the perfect size for the guest room, so maybe I'll stick around long enough to see what's hiding in here. I kind of like this one. Usually I feel like Home Goods art just looks like mass-produced Home Goods art, but I do like that this one has like the kind of like brush strokes texture. None of the pillows are really speaking to me, but I don't even know where you go to like buy pillows. If not, oh, I spoke way too soon. What is this guy? It's not quite right. You know how sometimes like cheetah print isn't quite right? The zebra is not quite right. I love these. I just don't know what I would use them for. They have them in so many colors. I saw them last time I was here. This one's cool because it's like a 3-stack one, and I love this. Okay, well, it looks like it's gonna be a couple hours before they have those rugs unwrapped, so maybe I'll come back tomorrow or the next day. Now let's test my luck at one of these thrift stores nearby.
Side door open.
Hi, thank you. Oh, well, not what I'm looking for, but I will take that. $40. What the hell are they smoking? $40? Absolutely not. They do have a bunch of like sewing notions and fringe and stuff. Now I'm completely sidetracked from the guest room project and just thinking like, what could I use this for? This pillow is also zippered, so I could totally just wash the cover on, sanitize, and then put a different insert in it. And that could look cool on the chair in the corner of my guest room. Again, getting sidetracked, but look at this potentially haunted. Well, is it haunted if it hasn't been built? There's shingles. You like legit build the dollhouse and put shingles on the roof. Kind of hard to see because everything's just piled in here haphazardly, but I got the pillow. I got this giant canvas that I think I'm gonna paint over and try and make some art really quick for over the bed. And then I got a couple of random things. I ended up getting the fringe. I got a vase. We'll see how it all comes together. Found some inspo for that canvas. I would love to try and do something like this. This is way harder than it looks. I don't think I can make it look like this whatsoever. This is like a $4,000 piece of beautiful, beautiful art, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go get the supplies for that right now since I'm near Michael's. I'll really be happy with like any kind of abstract art in this color, especially until I get new furniture and kind of like figure out bedding and throw pillows and stuff. That canvas was also $4, so if I mess it up, it's not the end of the world. Welcome to the white box. If you've never seen this room before, as you can see, it really just is a white box. White bed frame, white lamps. Trying to add some color in here. Hopefully this will do the trick. I want to hold it up for size before I get a little too into this project and see if this would look good up here. A really good size. That'll do. I have an appointment in like 30 minutes that I need to leave for, so I should probably unbox the new mattress and have that like expanding and coming to life while I'm gone. I ended up going with the Leesa, I believe it's called the hybrid mattress from West Nest Elm specifically. There are a few things that are just 100% necessities of investing in, like your couch. Think about how much time you spend sitting on your couch, and more importantly, your bed and your mattress. Because out of all of your furniture pieces, arguably the most important that you are spending the most amount of time on is your bed, rather in your bed. I've only ever bought mattresses in a box like this, so that is not foreign to me, but in case you're a little hesitant to buy a mattress without trying it first, you can take this sleep quiz on the Leesa website, help figure out which mattress would be the best fit based on your answers, but you also have a risk-free trial. It ships for free. And with all the conversation around mattresses, I can't even get it. Nothing but the best for the guests at Hotel Clara. Okay, bear with me. Okay, now for the really fun part. It's alive! Oh, that's nice. I need a break. My guest room sheets are due for a wash, so I'm gonna go get those loads of laundry started so that I can actually put everything back on this bed. But my code Clara will get you $75 off any Leesa mattress, and it stacks with any current site offer that they might be running at the time that you're watching this. Take the sleep quiz, see what Leesa would be right for you, and then stack Clara with anything they might be running, because you can get a really good deal. Jump scare. My face is so red. I kind of forgot that that was part of the treatment. It's looking a little crazy for the next couple of days, but I got Moxie and some more Dysport from Skin Farm. I guess I can take off my headband now. I had to wash my face when I got in there. It's lunchtime and I have a tiny sliver of bread left from my favorite bakery, Welton's Tiny Bake Shop. Do a little turkey and provolone. I want like a big stacked sandwich today. Tomato, cheese, sprouts, and some avocado. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be incredible. And some mustard, because why not? I feel like the latest internet buzzword, kind of like slang term, not even slang term, but just, yeah, I guess buzzword is the right way to put it, that I have all over my feed is the word whimsy. You know what? I'm here for it. I do think that we all need a little bit more whimsy in our lives, and one of my favorite ways to do that and just make my life a little extraordinary on a daily basis and kind of bring some whimsy into the mundane is wrapping my sandwiches in parchment paper. This is not necessarily a tutorial. Wow, that is a beautiful sandwich. This is not the best tutorial that you will ever see. This makes it feel like I'm running a cute, charming, small town deli on the side of the road, like on the way to the beach. Like when I have kids, this is exactly how I'm packaging their lunch for school. Look at that. And then you can cut it in half. Are you kidding me? Like, tell me that doesn't look like it's about to be the best sandwich you've ever had. Trust me, girls, this summer we need to be wrapping our sandwiches in parchment paper. It changes the game. I had a can of white spray paint, so I just took this outside and gave it like a quick spray just so I didn't have to work too hard to cover up the blue abstractness underneath. I think I'm just gonna pop something on TV and go to town and see what I can come up with. Alright, be nice. I told you this was just a placeholder. It's like a little too pink. I mean, it's not great. We can just be honest about it. But it fills the wall and kind of gives a little bit of color. Yeah, so I hate it. This will be going back to Goodwill. In my effort to have something unique and not buy home goods art, I created something that would be sold at Home Goods. So I did spend my evening doing my little Canva mood board for the guest room, and I did find a piece of art. Not crazy expensive, super cute. I'll show you the mood board, but there's no need to roast my painting, okay? This is why people are artists for their profession, and that is why I am not. I have so much to clean today, like so much to clean. I'm gonna start early. I'm gonna use the rest of my bread for some avocado toast. It's like a brick. I don't even know if I can cut through this. And then I'm gonna use the butt of the bread to make some croutons, and maybe I'll do a salad tonight with some like grilled chicken or something. I took off the pillowcase, like the throw pillow cover that I got yesterday at the thrift store to put it in the wash. And lo and behold, this is from World Market. So maybe you can find it. It's not exactly the niche thrift find that I thought I was getting, but I still like it nonetheless. Speaking of thrift finds, I have the other things that I got at the store that I don't think I showed. Nothing like crazy. I mean, things that I'm thrilled about, but I just don't know if the average Joe would share in my excitement. Look at this glass bowl. I think this would be sick just as serveware. I feel like I don't really have a lot of serving bowls. I have platters and stuff, but not necessarily bowls. So I really like this. A big glass. Look at my face. Okay, so I got that. Might be like a vase. I think I could put a flower frog in here and do some like crazy floral thing, but I also would get use out of that with just food and like hosting. Kind of cool bowl. Square bowl. I feel like what makes styling and like tables and coffee tables and stuff look good and like curated and intentional is when you have different shapes on it. So like a rectangular tray, circular candle, square bowl. You need like a variety of shapes and sizes and textures. Like that's kind of what gives you more of like a curated look, and that's what I'm always trying to achieve. So when I saw this and it was like a unique shape bowl, I figured there's bound to be somewhere I could put this just to add. Like I'm looking at these shelves and it's like a lot of round stuff. I guess that's a tip to keep your eye out for, is just different shape stuff and different texture stuff. And then speaking of textures, this is my last bag of thrift stuff. Oh, I forgot about this. Just a cool vase. Anyway, moving on. The only other two things that I got were some fringe, because I could find a use for this fringe. I like this one. It's kind of like a gold, actually it's not even gold, it's like brown and black fringe. And then this fringe I do actually have an idea for. This one is a very like neutral white and gold, I guess you could say. But my idea for this one is perhaps playing around with adding it to the bottom of my Roman shades, because I saw something like that on Pinterest, and I'll just safety pin it, see how I feel, and then it's very low stakes if I don't like it, obviously, because it was thrifted. I love my window treatments, no regrets. If I was like cooler and more eclectic, I would have chosen like different fabrics for each room, but I just wanted to keep it plain and simple. But I think something like this could be fun to spice up and just add a little whimsy. I definitely wouldn't do it in the bathroom, but perhaps the bedrooms. My coffee table is a good example of my own personal. I have absolutely no training, education, knowledge in the interior design space. I'm just making up my own tips as I go along and kind of just experimenting with my own house because I find this fun. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, but this is kind of my thought, is like the different shapes just adds like interest. Like if you have a circular coffee table and everything on it is a circle and you're looking at it and it looks kind of off and you can't tell why, add some other shapes on there. This is a good example of like different shapes. I have this sick bowl right here that I have some matches in, but the matches are overflowing, and like this is an instance where I maybe wouldn't opt to replace it, but let's just see how it would look. I don't want any of these to break. I think this one's glass. Yeah, let me put that in there first and then dump. This one's just unique because it brings like a square and a circle in, so I'm gonna keep this one out here. But I just think that looks so sick. I'm gonna see if I like that in a couple hours. Might find a new place. I just love rearranging all of my decor and redecorating with things that I already own. Didn't even take the price tag off of this one. It was $10, but it was 50% off, so it was $5. I've tried to find the exact inspiration photo that I was thinking of, and I can't, but this is pretty close. See how some people have just added fringe to the bottom of the Roman shades? If I could just pin some fringe, that might be a fun way to dress them up. And while I have you here, let me show you the mood board that I created for the guest room. Very like mauve-y pink. I would love to paint the walls. I use Canva for these, and I like it because you can use the background as kind of playing around with colors to paint the walls. Ooh, like honestly, that sage green would be sick. If you know me, you know I lean more of like a chartreuse. Maybe I'll be sick of chartreuse soon. Who knows? I don't love a blue. Too bright. You can just play around on Canva. Like, ooh, like even that's kind of sick. Like a yellow. Right now the room's white, so that's why I have it white. And then I have kind of like a similar swatch to the floor that I have, so I can put that behind all the furniture and just make sure all the wood tones are looking good together. All of this furniture is the same that I've had in my guest room for a while. I got a new mirror that was on clearance from World Market, so that will hopefully be coming in soon. I got this vase from H&M Home. I got this marble tissue box to just again add like another texture, another material. This dresser's already in there, chair's already in there. there. I got a throw blanket to put on the chair. Got a new rug. So I just think that the rug was throwing it off. Here's what it looks like now. It has that rug. This is kind of like playing Sims. Canva is adult Sims for interior design, for outfit planning. Try and find something very similar just for the purpose of visualization, and then I'll use the background eraser tool and just build the room. Ordered some plug-in sconces just to free up here and kind of bring some more visual interest up the white wall. I ordered this piece of art. I already have those two pillows, but I ordered this big lumbar one, and I like how the lines of this is going to play off of the lines of the West Elm nightstands that I already have in there. And then I have these two poofs. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Here I am fixing something that ain't broke, but this is my hobby. This is my passion. Got an ad for these outdoor chairs from World Market yesterday, so I had to do an online order pickup, and I just unwrapped them and I'm obsessed. This table is from CB2, and they actually have this table styled online, like on the CB2 website, with very similar chairs, just 4 times the price, and I was just procrastinating buying them. I also wasn't in love with them. I unfortunately fell in love with this one Pinterest photo that has these iron outdoor dining chairs in it that simply don't exist. I might have literally fell in love with an AI photo. I'm not even sure. And I would like to think that I'm better than that. I'm stronger than that. Lo and behold, I couldn't find chairs that I loved, especially for the price point of like freaking outdoor furniture. I guess it makes sense because it's sitting outdoors, so it has to be like super durable, but it's also sitting outdoors, so I don't want to spend more on outdoor furniture than my indoor furniture. Anyways, these chairs came up on my feed. Had to have them. They are perfect. I might not even replace them. I need to do a full backyard tour still, but this goal for this little section with the gravel is very much so like bistro, outdoor dining area, like a fun foreign restaurant in like Italy or France. I don't know. I have not been to a fun outdoor dining restaurant in Italy or France. I'm just chasing after inspiration photos I've seen on Pinterest that may or may not be AI. I have so many bumblebees in my backyard, and I'm kind of scared of bees, but I also love that I'm contributing to the ecosystem. Look at them all in there. I don't know if you're even going to see them on camera. I checked my phone and I had a final notice to go pick up stuff from the dry cleaners, and I actually have more stuff to bring to the dry cleaners. A couple of things that I wore to Coachella technically should be dry cleaned only. I've been buying nicer clothes. Everyone says, you know, buy the natural fibers, buy the silk. No one's telling you that you have to dry clean that stuff. And it's getting pricey, but I have some things to pick up from like 2 trips ago, and now I have some stuff to drop off. And then from here on out, I'm going to think twice before I wear anything that's dry clean only, because it's getting kind of annoying. Made my way over to Home Depot to pick out some more plants for the pots in the backyard. I have a lot of greenery, but not a lot of flowers. I'm gonna get a ton of lavender to do in my front window boxes. Yet again, another Pinterest inspo picture I've saved. It's actually AI, so I have actually no idea if you can plant like basil and rosemary in the same pot. I suppose I can just Google it, but I do like the vibes of this. So this is what I'm gonna try to achieve with one of the empty giant pots that I have on my back porch. I think I want it to be herbs, because I actually would, if I can keep them alive and like keep them thriving, I would genuinely, like that would be really useful for me, because I do cook with a lot of fresh herbs. I'm gonna try to do basil, cilantro, and rosemary in one of the big pots and hope that they kind of fill it out eventually, and then mint in its own, because mint's invasive. I decided to give them all their own pot. So I have the basil, the rosemary, the cilantro, and the mint. Hopefully they kind of, I mean the mint already looks pretty full, but hopefully the rest kind of fill out. And then I have 4 of these bowl planters that I put the flowers in. Now it's only been like, what, 48 hours since I ordered all that stuff for the guest room, and somehow the rug is already here. So I'm gonna unroll and try and get this under the bed, which is probably gonna mean that I need to empty out the drawers and like take apart the bed frame, because this bed frame is so heavy. Even if you take the mattress off, it's just like super freaking solid. Every time I've had to put a mattress under this, I've had this for like a couple moves, and it's just impossible. You have to take it apart every time. It's pretty easy to take apart and put back together, but it's kind of annoying, which is why I've been procrastinating changing this rug, but I do think it's gonna look good. Perhaps I should unwrap the rug and make sure I like it first. It's not very pink, but I guess it's kind of a good thing, so that it's not crazy in your face pink in here. I wish I had the art, because I chose this shade of pink to go with that little framed flower that I got for over the top. Oh god, I'm cutting the actual rug. Suppose I can't return it now. This bed has so much storage in it that I honestly don't know how I would do without. Before I put the sheets on the bed and officially cross off the guest room from my to-do list, I'll remind you one last time about the Clara code. Any Leesa mattress on their website, you can stack code Clara with whatever they're running at the moment. And a huge thank you to Leesa for sponsoring today's video and inspiring me to finally cross this and many other spring projects off my list. I'm really excited for that new pillow to come in, and then obviously the art and the sconces, but I like it. I like how it's coming together. It honestly looks very much like the mood board. Sometimes it doesn't, but I think the rug was a good choice.